continue with the picture of the ship in the background. And that's one of the things to appreciate also about travelling in luxury around here, around Antarctica with the Scenic Eclipse, in that you go back to the ship and it's an explorer ship, but it's a 6-star luxury explorer ship. So you walk back into your lovely warm cabin, you take your shoes off and your bare feet scrunch into long shag pile carpet, and you're very thankful for the warmth and not having a steel floor. So here we can look at the Sound, Peter's Sound, and there is one of the rescue cabins. They paint orange so that they're very clear for anybody to be able to see, and they're all closed up, and it's you're not supposed to go into them unless you've actually got an emergency at hand. So we respect that, and the guides here are very good at making sure that we respect the local environment and area, and we only tread where we're supposed to tread. It's marked out with flags that the landing party have established for us, so everybody can go and have a look at some key sites whilst we're here on the Sound. And everybody we go out twice a day, so we're out in the morning on a Zodiac and in the afternoon, usually about 10 o'clock in the morning, and 2:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon we'll zoom out in a Zodiac and come and either go around the ice fields, through the fjord areas, onto a landing, onto an island, or onto the Antarctic continent itself. We've had a continental landing yesterday, which meant that we've now done the 7 continents of the world. Yay. Which is something to say, considering there are 6.5 billion people in the world and only a few thousand a year that actually get to visit these climes.
So although that there are quite a few of us on here at the moment, how many people are here at the moment? Probably about 30 people on land, and it hasn't been mapped out by the Discovery team who come out before us and actually just explore and put their flags out to make sure we stay safe. You do actually feel really isolated. They're not at all restricted. You can basically go wherever you like once you're on the island, as long as you're being sensible. So they just let us roam freely. James and I often just sit quietly, and we often find that the wildlife comes to us. If we sit still and quiet, the wildlife seems to come to you, and you can just really observe the behaviours of the animals. This morning we had a landing, and everyone was hiking up to the top of the mountain, and we stayed down below and just sat on a rock, and we saw some beautiful fur seals, and we stayed with them for about half an hour, just watching how they interact with each other, and the penguins, and also how these big crows, whatever type of birds they are, come down, and how the penguins defend themselves against them. They almost have a line of battlement that they put up to defend their young against the swooping birds. You can just see a Zodiac going out there, which is going back to the boat. Each Zodiac takes 10 people, and they go backwards and forwards. So if we wanted to leave now before our group had finished, that we could just pop on one and they take us back. It's all very easy and very safe.
The crews are remarkably young and friendly, aren't they? So there's all sorts and all ages and all nationalities. It's most definitely a multinational crew who've got a lot of experience down in this neck of the woods, often with exploration or research or wildlife or mythology. We've got a wildlife vet here as well as one of the guys, and then professional photographers and videographers who are down here taking movies for various productions. So it's quite an exclusive company. It's quite a wonderful, varied group of people who we get the privilege of travelling with and seeing all of this wonderful wildlife.
Yeah. The blue bins that were just in the shot just now are actually bins that come aboard ashore with us from the ship. They contain walking aids, so some walking sticks. So if you want to go for a hike, which many people are doing, they can grab a couple of sticks to help them on their way. The ice is pretty firm though. We haven't really, although it's a bit sludgy in some places where it's just
sludgy. That's a good one. I like sludgy.
Where it's melting, it's pretty firm.
Is that halfway between dodgy and sludgy?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, like in there.
But we haven't felt unsafe walking, have we?
No, not at all. I would feel very unsafe coming across that crevasse. You've got a convergence of different icebergs, ice flows coming through with the glaciers around either side of these mountain ranges into the sea. We've not heard any calving today because it's coming to winter and there's probably less movement and there's more ice forming in pancakes on the water. Within another month to 6 weeks, this will all be rock solid.
Yeah. We saw calving yesterday as we were in our Zodiac in a bay. A slice of ice fell and created an iceberg, or a slice of snow fell. What was it? Snow.
Icy snow. This is quite spectacular. We've got glorious clear skies today, which means that there's a lot of flying today, and all the people that are wanting to fly in the helicopter, they're taking second rounds now. So there's more people kind of signing up now for a second go up in the helicopter. So they've pretty much got the schedules going well. There is an unfortunate technical fault with the U-boat submarine that they've got to get spares shipped into Ushuaia, and then that won't be fixed until we now get back. So they'd only had 2 or 3 days operation out of the 6 with the U-boat submarine until it's got an electrical fault. But so we're not going to get a chance to go on that, sadly. So that's just one of the things you have to appreciate. If something goes a bit US with one of these things, then unfortunately we are way too far away from anywhere to get it fixed. Same with people. If you fall over and hurt yourself, there's a medical bay on the ship, but if it's anything very, very serious, then they turn the ship around and they take everybody back home again. So they're very conscious on making sure that people stay safe because they don't want to ruin the trip for the other 200 people on board. There you go, signing out for now.
Signing out for now.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.